Hey guys, it's Peter and welcome to my channel, Peter Likes Books. My week in Booktube, week 11. And the lighting is horrible in here because it is 11 o'clock at night and I wanted to do this video because I wanted to get it up and get it done and I forgot about it. So yeah, so I have some notes, I have some things to talk about, but first of all, I would like to say, if you are one of the people that commented on my video, the Midsummer Big Book Haul, Giant Book Haul or whatever, you'll know what I'm talking about. But do you guys see this chandelier right here? Do you see it? I'm circling it. Okay, in that video, at the beginning of it, it was swinging from side to side. So many people commented on that video. You guys need to know I'm a huge believer in spirits and ghosts and psychics and shadow people and all that kind of stuff. I had not been into that kitchen for like 10 or 15 minutes. And also, if you look at the cord on the chandelier, it's like this long and like pulled together. So like it doesn't even swing that far. I did not even notice when I watched the video when I watched it back that it was doing that until somebody commented on it and tweeted me. And then I was like, oh my God, it is doing that. And so I don't know, you guys, stay alert. You might see things in the back of my videos, orbs maybe, even orbs. I don't know. Do you like a good orb? I like a good orb. Okay, so let's see. What have I been up to in week, let's see, 11? 11. All right, well, let's see. What have I been reading this week? So last week was Booktube-a-thon. The week before, a-thon. Did you guys see my wonderful a-thon t-shirt? Which was sent to me by Teresa. Thank you, Teresa. That was so sweet. And it's so funny because Teresa has like sent me messages on Facebook and likes my stuff. And I was like, who is this Teresa? And she lives in Indianapolis. And I couldn't figure it out. And then like I went and I looked at her pictures because her last name, I have no idea. She's married now. And I was like, oh, that's how I know Teresa. So Teresa, I had no clue who you were until I stalked your Facebook page because you changed your name to your married name. So anyway, but thank you so much, Teresa. That t-shirt was awesome. I loved it so much and I can't wait to wear it for all of my a-thon videos. A-thon. Calm down and a-thon on. All right, so since then, what have I read? Well, first of all, I finished 40 Wild Crushes, a short story collection by Jim Provenzano. I gave it 4 out of 5 stars. They were excellent. Easily could have given it 5 out of 5 stars. There just were some things in there that I just was not my favorite at the time. But it would be, if I had just read like one short story, I would have given it a 5 out of 5. So it was let's say if there's 10 of them, I liked I don't even know how many stories there are in here actually. I liked oh, he even inscribed it. But anyway, see? I guess that means I'm famous. But anyway, yeah, so none of the stories were bad. They just were things that I wasn't in the mood to read. I don't know. I did a review on this a couple days ago, so you guys can watch it. I definitely think it's great piece of short stories. You know, I'm starting to love short stories. I think that was part of my rating system too. I think somebody that loves short stories would probably rate it higher. All right. Then the next book that I read was With Malice by Eileen Cook. I did it as a buddy reads with Philippe at the YA Reader, who I talk about all the time. Anyway, I don't think his video review is up of this yet, but mine is already up. I put it up earlier today. 5 out of 5 stars. I absolutely loved this book. Love. Anyway, in the shower, when I'm getting out of the shower, I always draw a heart on the door with the arrow through it. I don't know why. Isn't that weird? So if you come in there, it's it hasn't been cleaned in a while, so you can see the outline of where I do the heart every time I take a shower. Little unknown secret about me. Oh, speaking of which, I have been asked by several people to do a Q&A video. And I don't want to let y'all down, but I always kind of think, I want to do a Q&A video, and I noticed that, Simon at Savage Reads is doing one, and I also noticed that Rachel at Reader on the Right is doing one, so I thought, oh, well, what the hell, I'll do a Q&A too. I think, it's interesting because I don't know that, that many people aren't subscribed to me that they would really want to know that much about me, I guess. I also have a TMI video on my other channel that talks about all kinds of things about Peter that you would want to know. Everything that you would want to know. I mean, so go over there and check it out. But I am going to do a Q&A on my channel next weekend. So if you would like to ask me a question, I don't care what it is. I don't really care how personal it is. I don't really care if it has to do with books or not. But I am going to separate them into half book questions and half just personal questions. leave it in the comment section below. And actually put a Q and then a dash or just a Q or whatever or question so that I know it's actually a question that you're asking for that video and not just like a question you want me to answer like that day. Does that make sense? Something is like flashing in my TV over there. My TV is right there and it's like really weird. So anyway, the other thing is if you saw my other video a couple days ago, I did showed you all my bookshelves. And I was supposed to have those bookshelves done this weekend. That did not happen. So I will be doing that either tomorrow or Tuesday and getting those up and cleaned and out. And I'm looking at them right now. I'm like, oh my God, I don't want to do that. I'm so excited. I'm not excited at all. So anyway, yeah. Well, with Malice, I gave it 5 out of 5 stars. I absolutely loved it. It was incredible. And then I got at the library 100 Demons by Linda Berry. She is my absolute, I think this hat is what's causing this video to have like bad lighting. She is my absolute, because see when I pull it down, it like goes darker. Shadow people. Okay, she is my absolute, okay, pause 1 moment on that. So I don't know who you are that said something about my, she said, don't go chasing waterfalls. To my comment about TLC, because I said, oh, I need some TLC, I'm sick. Oh, don't go chasing waterfalls, and she got it. She was the only one that commented on it. Praise you. Okay, and we all need musical references in our life, don't you think? So, Papa was a Rolling Stone. All right, so 100 Demons by Linda Berry. I thought that this was another Down the Street Kids book about May Bond and Marlis, but let me tell you what this is. And she actually coined it something. She called it autobifictionalography. And so it's kind of like an autobiography of Linda Berry growing up and being like 1/4 Filipino, and it has a lot to do with her Filipino relatives and just the neighborhood that she grew up in, and it's absolutely fantastic. She grew up in a like inner city, very poor area of Seattle, and it talks about wanting to be with the hippies, and some of it is hilarious, some of it is just like so heartwarming and kind of emotional. Like there were parts of it that I started crying, and then there were other parts, like there's a whole part in here about this boyfriend that she gives lice to that actually, it totally like cracked my ass up, and I was like sitting down on the front porch just bawling in laughter. So yeah, Linda Berry's 100 Demons, it's absolutely incredible. If you like cartoons or graphic novels or just Linda Berry in particular, go check it out. I have a feeling most libraries have this. So those are the things that I read this week. I'm also almost done with Ruth Ware's The Woman in Cabin 10. Put her in Cabin 1 and get her out because I am so ready for this book to be done. It is horrible. I'm very conscious of what I say about this book now because there is a booktuber that is friends with her, and so like I don't want to be offensive. And hey, listen, I get bad reviews on my book all the time, so I know that people don't like my book and people think it's bad and whatever, and that's okay. Like, you know, I mean, some of it's constructive criticism. I think what's interesting to me about Ruth Ware's The Woman in Cabin 10, is that it's obvious that she has the resources to put together a very good mystery, and it's obvious that she's intellectual enough and she's a credible writer. But the problem is that it doesn't work. It's way too long. It's too long to care about these characters and the mystery. And I've not heard great things about her first book, which was In a Dark, Dark Wood. Like, I've heard like 3 or 4 people have mentioned to me personally, and then tons of comments that they just did not like it. So what I don't understand is, why are we marketing, like who is marketing this book to be the next girl on the train and be like number 4 on the bestseller list for 3 or 4 weeks? I mean, yeah, I think that's incredible, but is it deserving of that? Because I have an issue with the fact that we have tons of self-published books and tons of indie books that are great, that don't get any acknowledgement because nobody ever talks about them. But then a book like this, which seriously I would have DNF'd a long time ago if I hadn't used a credit on Audible for it, because it is literally that bad, okay? And I just know what's going to happen. In the last half an hour of this Audible book, it's all going to come together, and she's going to weave it together in some like, oh, you didn't know that she had this weirdo mental disorder, or, you know, that she's like got, you know, multiple personalities or something. It's going to be something like that. I already know it, or she's been dead the whole time, and don't ruin it for me because I have invested almost 8 hours in this book now. I want to know what's going to happen, and that's the only reason I'm listening to it. The only reason I'm watching or listening to it anymore is because I want to know what the end of it is. So, do you guys ever read books like that? Like, they're so bad, and you're like, I don't like this at all, but I just want to find out what happens at the end of it. And honestly, if it was a book, I'd probably just go to the end and go, oh, really? Oh, okay. Now I can be done with that. But I can't do that on Audible. So, Yeah, let me look at my notes for a second. So many people got my Lady Gaga reference. I was so proud of you. Yeah. All right. Oh, the biggest deal of the week is, are you ready for this? I have lost 16.8 pounds as of today. But today was my cheat day, and I went to Puccini's, which is a local little, Tucker is like walking around the floor, and I know you guys love Tucker, so I was trying to get him up here, but he can't be bothered. Okay, and it's like a local pasta place, and Alex had pizza, and I had fettuccine, chicken fettuccine Alfredo. I can still smell it on me, and it's so weird. And yeah, and then I had a salad and tons of bread, and it was totally worth it. But now I want a piece of, are you ready for this? White wedding cake. Why am I craving white wedding cake? White wedding! Who did white wedding? Do you guys know? You have to answer it right now. You don't get to think, you don't get to look it up on Google. Who did white wedding? There are so many people that do not know who did white wedding. White wedding. Okay. Hold please. Let me peruse my list. Oh, are you guys watching Stranger Things on Netflix? I don't even care anymore. That was like the best show ever this summer until guess what? My friend texted me and she goes, Wentworth season 4 is on. I was like, oh, seriously? Do you guys watch Wentworth? Okay, like, Wentworth is Orange is the New Black's hotter, smarter, older sister. That's all I have to say. It's from Australia, and it's fantastic. And it's hands down one of the best TV shows I've ever seen in my entire life. And I don't even know why I'm looking at this. But Crystal, the bookworm, just commented on my video, this book sounds good. I'm putting it on my TBR. You better, Crystal! You guys, I haven't read comments in 3 days. I have been hoarse this whole week. I haven't felt like it. I've gotten out of bed and been like, I don't want to do anything. If I've done a video, it's because, like, somehow I've been able to sit down here, but like I am literally sweating bullets right now. I'm going to sit down tomorrow, read all my comments, answer all of them. You guys know I love that, so I will catch up with those tomorrow. So if you've left a comment, I appreciate it. If I haven't responded, that's why. So thank you, Crystal. Do you want to see this, Crystal? Here, I'm going to show you something. Look, right there. Crystal, where'd you go? Right there is your comment. So I just want to see, and then my friend Tanya missed called because I was making a video. Tanya, if you watch my videos, you would know that. All right, and then last night, this was so cool. So last night, I went to, my husband was out with some friends and I didn't have anything to do, so I was like, I'm gonna go to Barnes & Noble at midnight. I don't think there's anybody gonna be there because I was like, is Barnes & Noble even open in Indianapolis? I mean, I didn't hear anything about it, right? So I pull into the Barnes & Noble parking lot. It is packed. I could not believe it. 12:06, you guys. People are pouring out of the bookstore. I park next to this car, and it's like this SUV, like Kia Sport, and there's like a mom and dad in the front seat, and there were like kids in the back seat, and literally every person was like this. Page 34. They were like that. And I was like, oh my God. And honestly, like, I had kind of thought, like, if there weren't a lot of people there, I would go in and get a copy, because I think that's so cool to get a copy the night that it comes out, like a movie being released, or like back in the day we used to do that. We used to go to Karma and get like concert tickets when they came out. And there were about 200-300 people in line inside at Barnes & Noble, so it wasn't gonna happen for me that day, and I'm not even there. I'm on Chamber of Secrets. So, but the whole concept of people getting so excited for a book, you guys, do you realize this is not just a Harry Potter thing? I mean, this is like a literary thing. Like, it is such a cool thing. I just think it's so awesome. So, you know, happy birthday, Harry and J.K. Rowling, and thank you for giving so many people in the world a love for reading again. I just think it's the coolest thing in the entire world. Okay, so I've talked about all that kind of stuff, blah, 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 blah. All right, the last thing I wanted to say, let me pull on my seriousness face for a second. All right. Now, I choose to have Maddie in my videos, okay? I adore Maddie. I have been friends with her mother for a long time. I've been in Maddie's life for probably the last 5-6 years. I've known Maddie and her brother as they've grown up. I'm very close with them. I don't make decisions about children lightly, so her being on my channel is a decision that she, like myself and her mother, made together, consciously, knowing what she was opening herself up to, as well as Maddie having her own channel. Her mother does not believe in censorship, but she watches very carefully what happens. Okay, that being said, If you want to come and dislike my channel because you're one of these fucking trolls that has nothing better to do than waste your time putting your thumbs down on my video, have at it, you sick ass loser, that you're so depressing and so negative that what you get out of is putting the thumbs down on somebody's video. I really don't care. But when you go to the videos of a 12-year-old and do that, that's some sick shit. That is some really sick shit. Leave her out of this. She is 12 years old. She just wants to be liked and accepted like the rest of us. That's really, really cruel, and you need to rethink that. So that's my little rant for the day. I love you guys. Follow my videos. Give me thumbs up. Unless you're my troll, then fuck you. And I'll talk to you later. I really don't care. Bye.